So hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. So guys, recently the emission gap report has been released. Now guys, this report is very important for your upcoming examination of RBI, SEBI and NABARD. And the most important thing here is many of our students might have read this report. So it's better to revise this report if you have read the report. But if you have not read the report guys, let's understand this report in the form of MCQs in this lecture. But before that guys, I just wanted to give you a glimpse of this very important thing, that is a very important comprehensive guidebook that we have prepared for you. So generally when you start preparing for the examination, the common things that you keep on wondering is you want to know what is which organization you are working. You want to know about that organization, what will be the function of the organization, and what are the different departments you will be working when you are entering that organization. Then the most common query in which majority of students face a lot of difficulty is, and they generally बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम वेस्ट होता है किन चीज़ों पे, when you look for the specific pattern of the paper. So if I just give you a glimpse here, you can see here it has been clearly defined the syllabus, that is the examination pattern, then the eligibility criteria. Then if you can see here, the previous year cutoffs are also been given here, not just for phase 1 but also for phase 1 and phase 2 from the past 5 years. And the most important thing जिसमें बहुत ज़्यादा students का time waste होता है are the resources, that what are the sources you need to prepare. So here guys, if I just give you an idea, you will be getting a detailed information about the resources which you need to prepare for your examination. The resources for phase 1 are also given differently, ठीक है जी, phase 2 के लिए दिए हुए हैं, और even for your interview and psychometric test, which means the guidebook is not just guiding you for the phase 1 examination. This is a comprehensive guidebook which will be guiding you for phase 1, phase 2 and interview, and more than that guys, we are also providing you a 6-step domination formula also, by which you could dominate this examination. तो किस तरह dominate करना है, this guidebook will also guide you on that specific parameter also. Now the most important thing is, जिन चीजों को सर्च करने के लिए आप अपना 7 to 8 hours of video searching करते हो, and then you keep watching many videos here, all this time can be saved within going through these 30 pages which are beautifully designed. तो बहुत ज्यादा विजुअली प्रेजेंटेबल डॉक्यूमेंट है, इसको आप डाउनलोड कर सकते हो. नाउ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, यू माइट बी फीलिंग कि व्हाट यू हैव टू पे टू अस फॉर दिस थिंग. You do not have to pay us anything guys. This is absolutely free. Just you have to click on a link that is given in the description below of this video. And it's not just RBI. We are providing this guidance for the SEBI aspirants also and for the NABARD aspirants also. और अगर आप तीनों एग्जाम्स की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हो तो you can do is, आप तीनों के तीनों गाइड बुक्स जो हैं वो डाउनलोड कर सकते हो. So now guys, let's talk about the report, that is the emission gap report. The first question or the basic question I'm asking you is, who has released the emission gap report? And I think majority of students know the answer. The answer here is option number A, UNEP has recently released the emission gap report. Now when I talk about emission gap guys, this is the important report both for RBI and NABARD, because in NABARD it has been clearly defined in your syllabus, and for the RBI aspirants, ठीक है जी, environmental climate issues है, तो these are always important for the examination. Now coming to this report, this is the 13th edition of the report which is being released by UNEP. And the most important thing is, if I talk about the theme of the report or the title of the report, it is the closing window, which is climate crisis for all rapid transformation of societies. The report itself, just from the title, it is saying the closing window, climate crisis calls for rapid transformation of society, which means we are not on the right track. The world or the countries are not on the right track for implementation of the global emission reform. This is what this report is being specified just from the title itself. Now let's talk about the key findings of the report. The question I'm asking you is, which of the following statements are correct with respect to the emission gap report for the year 2022? The first important thing that has been discussed here is the global average per capita greenhouse gas emission was 6.3 tons of carbon dioxide equivalent in 2020. Then it says lack of finance is basically a major barrier in achieving the climate change goals. The third point that has been discussed here is, it suggests to limit a global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius, the global annual greenhouse gas emission has to be reduced by at least 45%. This is what this report is saying. So you have to tell me which statements given here are correct with respect to the report. Is it only 1, only 2 and 3, only 3, all statements are correct, or 1 and 3? So guys, as the thing I was discussing, the report is specifying that yes, we are far behind the targets we want to achieve for the greenhouse gas emission. Okay, but now let's see whether it says 45% reduction है या ज़्यादा है, 45 or 60, whether it suggests to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius or 2.5 degrees Celsius. So what should be the answer here? Answer here is that is all the statements given here are correct. When I talk about the report, it says, as I was saying, the report is consistently saying climate crisis, transformation is required. So you can see here, first is climate crisis, failure is to achieve a goal here. The report says that the world is falling short of the goals which are being set under the Paris Agreement climate. कहाँ पे short हुए? देखो, it says to limit the global warming, we have to reduce the greenhouse gas emission by at least 55% so that we could reduce the greenhouse gas emission as per the targets of Paris Climate Agreement. But the important thing is, it says it is being done under the existing policies. जो existing policies चल रही हैं, the existing policies that are going on, with that we have to reduce the 45% of that also. ठीक है? Then it says the current policies will lead to a 2.8 degrees Celsius climate temperature rise by the year 2020, by the year 2100. That is again important. So this data is again important for us. Then the third point, it says if you are implementing the current policies, okay, you will be able to only reduce 2.4 to 2.6 degree temperature rise by the end of the century, which is again far beyond the Paris Climate Agreement, the target that has been set up there. So these are the important parts which is saying we are not able to meet our goals. This is the thing where we are lacking. Then when we talk about per capita emissions, so global average per capita emission is 6.3 tons of carbon dioxide emission. And if I talk about the countries, it says G20 countries. Now this is what we are seeing. कि हमें ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन करनी है, तो फॉर दैट द रिपोर्ट सेज G20 countries are now basically focusing on climate initiative. The example if I give you for that, ठीक है, recently we have discussed about that is Mangrove Alliance. ठीक है, I have taken a video on that also, guys, on the Mangrove Alliance also, which has recently been started by UAE and Indonesia. So you can see here, G20 countries are now basically working on reduction of climate targets. ठीक है, तो उसका example है Mangrove Alliance, and recently now the G20 membership has also been transferred from Indonesia to India. ठीक है जी, this is important for us. ठीक है, when I talk about G20s, it says now G20 countries are working, have just started working, and they are expected that they will fall short of the promise of 2030 because उन्होंने काम ही अब स्टार्ट किया है, so it is a very difficult thing that they will work by, that they will complete by 2030 the targets that they have done. Then it says the existing policy of the G20 suggests that a 2.8 degrees Celsius hike will be there in the greenhouse gas emission. Then if I talk about barriers here, so barrier, it says the major barrier here is lack of finance, and in India also the report says lack of finance, that is financial ability, lack of finance is one of the major concern why some global initiatives or why some global change initiatives could not take place. So we have discussed this thing. Major barrier, yes, it is finance. 1.5 degrees को reduce करने के लिए 45% reduction आपको करना पड़ेगा existing policies में. And the next thing is, if I talk about the global average greenhouse gas consumption, it is 6.3 tons of carbon dioxide. Now let's discuss about the next question of this report. Which among the following statement is or are incorrect about the emission gap report? So first thing I always tell to students that you have to focus here is what is being asked. Is it being asking about the correct statement or the incorrect statement here? Now if you look at the question here, this question is somehow static plus current in nature, because you might have heard these statements a lot of time when you are preparing for the examination. But the important thing is what this report is specifying. It says that USA is the highest greenhouse gas emitter in the world in terms of greenhouse gas emission or total greenhouse gas emission. USA is the highest emitter here. Then it says China has the highest per capita greenhouse gas emission in the world. The third is G20 members are responsible for 75% of global greenhouse gas emission. Now guys, if you basically work on this thing, okay, ये दो states कौन है? USA और China. It is saying which statement might be right here, you have to find it here, but it says it is highest emitter. USA and China are one among the highest emitter. Now when I talk about G20 countries, these two countries are the member of G20 also. So here the important thing is you should be able to understand about the highest emitter as well as the percentage, that is important here. Now, if you have read this report also, then also I will suggest tell me honestly in the comment box how many of you have got this answer wrong also. ठीक है, कितनों का सही है कितनों गलत है, you have to tell me in the comment box. The answer here is, guys, that is option number C, that is 1 and 2 are incorrect here. The reason being here is because it is vice versa. China has, in terms of total greenhouse gas emission, it is China, but in terms of highest per capita greenhouse gas emission, it is USA, which is the topper here. So if you look at the report, the snippet that I have taken from the report, in terms of greenhouse gas emission, India is at third number. तो टॉप ग्रीन हाउस गैस emitters में इंडिया थर्ड नंबर पे है, चाइना एंड यूएसए आर एट टॉप. Whereas in terms of per capita greenhouse gas emission, when I talk about India, it is USA, Russia and China who are at top. इंडिया यहाँ पे काफी नीचे है. ठीक है, so this is the important thing that we need to focus in terms of total greenhouse gas emission. We are the third country here. ठीक है, in terms of total greenhouse gas emission. Now, when I talk about the greenhouse gas emission that I have discussed with you, okay, it says emission in India and the top 6 other emitters have increased after COVID pandemic. So, at the time of COVID pandemic, guys, we have seen that the greenhouse gas emission has reduced. But after, as the things are going normal, the greenhouse gas is also getting higher and higher. The next thing is, if I talk about these countries here, so you can see China, European Union, Russian Federation and USA, they are among the top greenhouse gas emitters, and 55% of global greenhouse gas emission is being done by these countries. Per capita emission if I talk about, so USA, Russia, China, these are at the top. ठीक है जी, और G20 countries जो वो 75%, which means that is why the report is saying now G20 country has decided that they will be working on climate change initiative because they are contributing 75% of the global greenhouse gas emission. Now guys, let's talk about India here. So the next question, the final question of the report that I am discussing with you is, per capita emission in India remains far below the world average that we have discussed, that we have just seen in this snippet that I have shared with you. So what is the per capita emission for India? It is, that is option number C, it is 2.4 carbon dioxide equivalent. ठीक है, so India specific findings, the important is, if I talk about emission, India and 6 other top emitters have recorded the highest emission in increase after the pandemic level. Per capita income India में कितना है? 2.4. So this is the important thing about the report. So if I talk about this specific report, this is not that much India thing, but global level में report आपके descriptive answer writing के लिए, for your essays and for your interviews, this report will really play a very important role in this specific thing. So guys, this was all about the report. If you have any kind of query, you could drop me an email, and then if you have liked the video, kindly share the video with your friends also. Okay, you could subscribe to our YouTube channel also, okay, so that you could get all the latest updates about the examination. And then to get the PDF of this lecture, guys, kindly subscribe to the Telegram channel, the link for which is given in the description below. Still, if you have any kind of query, you could drop me an email at hello@edutap.co.in. You could even have a call with us on the number 81462072441. Still, guys, if you feel any topic you want me to discuss in the upcoming videos, comment that specific topic in the comment box also. I will be looking into that also and try to bring the topic on that specific topic with you. Okay, so wishing you all the best for the examination, guys. Bye bye. Keep working hard.